What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on Buy Sell Cars TV. Today we are talking about this Volkswagen Golf Plus. It's a 1.6 FSI 2005 car, picking it up from BCA Blackbushe. We're going to talk about why I bought this car and go through a couple of the good and bad points on this specific car. So let's jump out. I'm going to give you a walk around the car, talk you through the condition. We're going to check the engine oil, check the water, and I'm going to talk you through why I bought this specific car. So let's have a quick walk around the car and I'll talk you through the condition. So the first thing we're picking up on, there is a bit of lack appeal on the bonnet of the car. Not too major, but it is worth pointing out. As we go down the passenger side, it's looking not too bad, to be honest. There was a little crease I picked up on just now in the door. There was one over here somewhere, and there's a little one over here. I don't know if it's going to pick it up in the camera, but there is one there and there's one over there. Going around to the back, it's all looking pretty good, to be honest. Number plate is in terrible condition. Might look at just getting that replaced because it's not a lot of money and it does look quite nice when you get that done. Little scuff over here, little paint chip over here. Could get this touched up with a bit of a paint pen on here just to sort of hide that rather than getting the whole panel replaced. Again, it comes down to the value of the car, guys. So it's not something where you're cheating out the customer. It doesn't make sense to get all of that resprayed when you look at the value of the car. As we go down the driver's side, it's all looking pretty good. Little bit of a fine scratch over here. I don't know if you can pick that up, but I will do a little slow-mo to sort of show you that if you can't see it now. But I think that'll cut out, so I'm not too concerned. Other than that, I'll give this car a solid 7 out of 10 in terms of the condition that it is. Considering it is a 2005 car, it is in pretty good condition. Now, the positive thing about this, it's a one-owner car. So mechanically, fingers crossed, it should be a good one. So overall, exterior-wise, 7 out of 10 I'm gonna go for, but I'm happy with that. Let's check out the interior. First impressions, it is very, very clean. I don't even think it needs a valet, to be honest with you. It looks very, very clean. This is all the bonuses to buying a one-owner car. You know, people do tend to look after it when they paid a lot of money for the car when it's new, but as you can see, it is in good condition. The only bits of wear and tear are sort of around here, which would be expected. You know, if you're wearing rings and you're using these on a daily basis, that's expected. But, you know, considering the car hasn't been cleaned or prepped yet, very, very happy with that. Fantastic. Let's check out the back as well. Yeah, same situation, guys. Fantastic condition. If anything, this is probably one of the cleanest interiors I've seen when buying a car from auction. You've got lovely picnic tables here as well. Obviously, this being the Plus model, that is the medium-sized Golf, shall I say, or the larger-sized Golf, so it is a bit more of an MPV car. But overall, fantastic condition, really been looked after. Thumbs up. So an inspection of the engine bay, you can see the coolant level is bang on. It's just under the maximum line, so that is perfect. Let's check the oil as well. Made a little bit of a mess over here, but oil level seems good, water level's good. So let's hop back in the car, head back home, and we're going to carry on with this video, and I'm going to tell you more about why I bought this specific Golf. So I'll see you in a sec, guys. Right, so on first impressions, the car's driving very, very good as expected. Going through all the gears nice, going into 6th gear. The aircon's working very, very good. First impressions of 30 seconds into the drive, we're happy with this one. Now, the reason I say the first 30 seconds, this is something I always say to people, because the first 30 seconds of driving a car, you get to know 90% about the car. You'll hear any creaks, any knocks, if the car's not pulling right, if it's not braking right, if it's crashy, if you're making any knocks. So the first 30 seconds, you really get a good first impression of a car. It's just my little opinion or thought on first impressions on cars. So what made me go for this Golf Plus? Because it's not a car that I've bought before. It's not necessarily the most popular car. You know, there's not a lot of them for sale. You don't see them on the road that often. But what attracted me to this car was it's a one-owner vehicle and it's got full service history. I think it's got about 15 services in the book. So, you know, it really has been maintained very, very thoroughly throughout its ownership. It's one of the good things about buying a one-owner car. The person who's bought it new is likely to look after the car because they paid a lot of money for this car when it was new, compared to what it's worth now, shall I say. So people want to look after their asset. So it's not always the case, but generally speaking, one-owner cars with service history have been looked after very well. And in this instance, that is the case. The second point is a bit of a strange one because it sort of relates to a negative point of this car. Now, I mentioned that it doesn't seem to be a very popular car, and you don't see a lot of them for sale. Now that suggests, you know, when the car was new, it wasn't very popular. They didn't sell a lot of them. Generally, that is what it suggests. But my thoughts were, for the price that this car is going to be for sale, you know, £2,500, £3,000, it really does represent a lot of good value. So it is a weird one, you know, as I say that they don't seem to be that popular. But I feel like at this price point, it should be quite attractive to people. I might be wrong. I might be stuck with this car for a little while, but I don't think I should be. And the third reason why I like this car, you know, with everything changing now, cars becoming electric, diesel starting to be phased out, and more importantly, ULEZ. You know, the cost of driving a car in London now is very, very high. This car is ULEZ exempt, meaning, you know, if you drive in the centre of London, you don't have to pay any charges for this car. Now that's a big bonus point as well, especially on an older car. That's quite affordable because, you know, to find a small, suitable family car, good mileage as well. You know, it's only done 86,000, which is low mileage for the age of the car, shall I say. But to me, 86,000 isn't crazy mileage anyway, especially for this engine. You know, these are very, very smooth engines. They're chain driven. So let's look at a couple of the bad points now. And these bad points aren't, you know, life or death bad points. They are just negative things off this car. So the first point that we've already seen on the car is, you know, it has got a bit of lack appeal on the car, and there are a few scuffs on the bodywork and scratches, but again, it's not too major. It's things which can be rectified, but, you know, that's the first bad point I picked up on. The second bad point, again, is the risk factor off. They don't seem to be very popular, so there's an element of risk in this purchase that, you know, there aren't that many on the road or for sale. It does tend to suggest that it might not necessarily be a quick seller. But that bad point is a bit more of just, you know, it's my risk that I was willing to take, shall I say. So my conclusion to this car, well, overall, I'm very, very happy about this purchase. I think, you know, the way it's driving, the overall condition of the car, it is very, very good. And I anticipated it would be when I was buying the car. So I did pay slightly more than the average price that this would sell for in auction. But being a one owner and having that service history to back it, it's worth paying that little bit extra because this car will stand out in the market, you know, when it's for sale. Fingers crossed it's going to sell quickly, but if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. It's a cheap car, it's not a lot of money tied up, so either way, for me, it's a win-win. So on that positive note, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. You know, comment down below and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see done differently. Let me know if you like the format as well, guys, and if there's anything else you would want to see, comment down below and just let me know. Don't forget as well, add me off my Instagram. I'm going to put it in the screen now. It's Buy Sell Cars TV. Post a bit more day-to-day stuff on there. So, you know, get adding up, guys, and get following on there. But other than that, I hope you've enjoyed today's video, guys. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Take care, guys.